About 140 million years ago, after these guys died, the population of man exploded. But the land we've been using has stayed the same. We're slowly running out of places to live, places to work, and even places to advertise. Today we're in Seattle, Washington at the Pacific Science Center Museum. Now they're unveiling their newest exhibit, Colossal Fossils, and have decided to cover the front entrance of their 5-story building with a humongous billboard. Now that's where the guys at the Big Print production facility come in. They know how to cover really big things with really big signs. Hey guys.
Hey Matt.
How are you?
Good.
Hi, good. Matt, good to see you.
John.
Dan and John.
Yep.
Are you?
I'm John.
John.
This is Dan.
Dan. Brothers, owners?
Brothers,
Correct.
owners.
Fantastic. So when you do building wraps, I mean, you wrap it around the building, so you obviously go over the windows, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So tell me how that works, because people can actually see out, but people can't see in. Is that correct? How does that work?
There's two different types of building wraps. There's a banner where we can actually drape it and reveal it all at once in a matter of a few minutes. You can wrap an entire building. Then there's actually the adhesive vinyl ones that actually stick to the building. Those are longer term, and those aren't, as far as weather, they're a little safer because they're actually adhered to the building itself. And those, if you're on the inside of the hotel room and you look out, it just looks like a tinted window. This banner today we're going to work on is 27 feet by 48 feet. So it's larger than the billboards that you see out. It's about twice as big as a normal billboard.
Right.
And we actually manufacture it out of several panels of material.
Also, banners will be printed on a mesh. Reduces some of the weight. Also, the wind resistance. The mesh allows air to transfer through it.
Once the banner design is completed, the Big Print production team puts it through a software program called the Raster Image Processor, or RIPPR. The RIPPR produces a file that ensures the proper colorization and size of the new banner. The RIP file is then sent to Tim to be printed. This is a huge printer.
Yes, this is the Butech 3360, and we use it to print large banners, mesh or vinyl, whichever you need to do. It's a 8-color printer, so we're using like red, blue, cyan in one color, like a dark color, and then we use the same colors in a lighter version, and it gives you the great colors that you see.
So the banner we're working on today is the Colossal Fossil.
That's correct. That's going to be 9 feet per panel, and it's going to work out to be 5 panels a pop.
Can we print something out right now so we can actually see what it looks like? Print image.
Yep.
It's exactly like the printer at my house, except on steroids. Right?
You can see the tubes on the machine itself. That's going to be feeding it ink perpetually throughout the run. And the difference between your ink and your cartridge, or the heads between here, is that it's using a gravity feed to make sure that the ink is coming down smoothly as opposed to being forced.
Coming up. So it's kind of like a moving iron.
Just walk with it, yeah, and step lightly.
I mean, how could I mess this up? There are a lot of little steps on the way to assembling a bigger banner.
And it goes right in between those two rollers.
You guys think of everything here, don't you? The resolution on the image that we're going to be putting on the billboard today is so fine that it takes up to about 10 gigabytes of hard drive on your computer. That's about 14 CDs to hold just one image like the one behind me. That's basically my entire Pearl Jam collection. Where's Waldo? There you are. But that never gets old, huh?
Every day.
Every day. So what's going on right here?
Come on, I'll show you.
Okay.
So basically what we have is we have 5 banners that are tiled individually that we're now going to go through a process called seaming.
Okay.
And after the seam is the stitch, because when you weld the panel together with the mesh and you put it outside where it can be exposed to wind gusts,
Right.
the double stitch reinforces the fact that it won't fall apart.
So what they're doing right now, this is called trimming.
Well, it's, yeah, pretty standard with a
Trimming
scissor.
is just taking scissors and cutting off
Exactly,
the trim, right?
exactly.
Then you put it together, that's called stitching.
Seaming it together.
Seaming.
Do you want to give it a try?
I don't want to mess anything up.
Hey, Tony, you want to give Matt a shot?
Hey, Matt, how you
Matt.
doing?
You good?
Nice
How
to
are you?
meet you. Good. What are you doing here?
We're just seaming this panel together. And basically what we got here is a hot wedge that swings in, which activates the drive wheel. And we have the panels all lined together here, so the image is all lined up. All you got to do is hang on to the cord and flip this lever.
So the point of this Is it basically melting the two seams
Melting
together?
them together, yes.
Okay, and then you're gonna stitch them after
We're gonna
that,
stitch
right?
them just to be extra sure that it doesn't come apart in the wind.
All right, well, pardon me, but doesn't that look a little off or no?
It does right now, but if you'll notice, when it's pushed into the 1.5 inches that it's gonna be welded, it'll be right.
Oh, okay, so this...
You want a little more overlap than
So this machine will kind of separate
it'll
and
guide
push
it
it down?
into place, yeah.
Okay.
So if you wanna just, if you're ready, we'll just flap that in.
Make
Start
sure
it
you're
up, walk
stepping
with it,
lightly.
And just walk with it, yeah.
Would you say step lightly?
And step lightly.
I mean, how could I mess this up?
If for some reason it stops in the middle, it could be bad because it'll burn a hole through very quickly.
So it's kind of like a moving iron.
Yeah, basically.
Right there, is that hot?
Yeah. And it goes right in between those two rollers.
You guys think of everything here, don't you?
Well, now we're going to put the PVC webbing, which reinforces the sides, so we can put grommets through it.
Okay.
So
webbing is, what, is that like another material that you put on there?
Yeah, it's like a polyester fiber that's covered in PVC. So it's very strong stuff.
It's like a seat belt.
It's like a seat belt, yeah.
And he was telling me that this stuff is so durable that one time you guys put a billboard up, the winds were so strong that actually the beams broke, but this stayed intact.
I would believe it. I think it's something like 5,000 pounds per square inch or something like that.
Good times, Tony.
Good times.
They call you Good Time Tony?
Oh, yeah.
Tone Loke?
That and many other things.
Tony 2 times because you put 2 stitches in?
That's right.
Tony the Terrible?
All those.
Big Time T?
The sewing machines are a little beefier than your regular sewing machine, but that's what it's made to do, is pierce through nylon webbing. It's just a ever so slight push. It's like it's a lot like tailoring stuff.
Right. So with the stitch together, we're not going to see that from afar, right?
No, you won't, because I mean, you're looking at a 50-foot banner from 2 feet away.
Right. All right, what you're seeing me do here is the last step in the process called grommeting. It's basically like a huge bedazzler. Very easy. Every 2 feet, they have little white holes here for me. So I take the top part of the grommet, put the lip of it down, take the bottom part of the grommet, put it right there, match it up with the white hole, line it up, push it down, pull it up, pop it out. It's that easy. With the banner complete, it's time to fold it up and ship it out. But the folding process is an important step. They have to fold it accordion style so when it arrives on site, they can hook up the top and drape the whole thing down. Then, they wrap it in a recycled banner to keep it clean. In the end, this really big banner will weigh just under 50 pounds. Now that the printing has been completed and the panels have been seamed, stitched, and trimmed, we folded up the massive 50-foot banner and we've transported it to here at the Pacific Science Center. There's really only one thing left to do. Let her go!